Philadelphia police are still in the process of charging 40-year-old Paul Kuzan. He is the man who allegedly killed his wife of 9 days with a hunting crossbow last night in their Northeast Philadelphia home.
Neighbors said they saw Kuzan standing in the doorway nude, ranting incoherently.
It was a shocking crime in Northeast Philadelphia. A mother was killed by a crossbow.
He seemed fine until a couple of weeks ago. She shared this surveillance video of what she says shows Kuzan walking along the strip mall naked, threatening people along the way.
2 Thursdays ago, he came out. He was running up and down the strip here, and he came into the jiu-jitsu place here, threatened to kill some of the people next door.
Neighbors tell Fox 29 off camera that last night Kuzan was running around naked too, as his wife was fighting for her life. Witnesses say Kuzan was yelling, "She's the devil."
It's really disturbing. A Metro mother accused of murdering her own daughter because she thought she was possessed by the devil. We want to warn you, the details in this story are graphic.
Myself, I was like, why haven't you called the police or anything, Why haven't you called them? She just kept saying, mumbling, devil and money, devil and money.
Officers say they found 33-year-old Geneva Gomez lying on the ground with the large crucifix on her chest, her body placed in the shape of a cross.
I can't imagine a mother doing that to her daughter, I don't have any words.
She stands accused of killing her 33-year-old daughter, Geneva Gomez, at her home on Saturday. Neighbors tell us the mother and daughter seem to have a good relationship. The affidavit states Juanita told investigators her daughter was possessed by the devil and that she admitted to punching her daughter repeatedly and forced a crucifix and religious medallion down her throat. The court papers also state Juanita had very swollen hands and that she told investigators those bruises were from her daughter fighting her attempts to rid Satan from her daughter's body.
Greenwood police say a man was claiming to be Jesus before they tased him. That man later died. Some strange details emerging today. Tell us about them.
Strange to say the least, Dave. On police body camera, you can hear 30-year-old Charles Todaro telling police he's identifying himself as Jesus Christ. He was also, you can see in the video, waving around a Bible when they ended up tasing him 16 times. Todaro was acting erratically, they say, intentionally walking into oncoming traffic on a busy Madison Avenue just south of the Greenwood Park Mall. Police say they did try warning him, but he didn't stop.
Only on 11 News, we're talking to a man who was stabbed over and over by an attacker who claimed to be Jesus. For a while, doctors weren't even sure if he'd survive. It all happened outside a convenience store at the corner of Platt and Institute in Colorado Springs. Witnesses told us the suspect claimed to be Jesus and said he was stabbing the devil.
Blood was spilling so fast that it scared me to death. Instantly, I thought I wasn't going to make it.
Last Wednesday, Jonathan Ledbetter was going to the barber shop in this strip mall and walked up to the suspect to ask about the shop hours.
It just happened so fast.
New details tonight in the trial of a man accused of killing a New York State trooper. Investigators say Alman Upton told police his name was, quote, Jesus Christ, just hours after he was arrested for striking and killing Trooper Skinner.
As you said, Upton began saying his name was Jesus Christ. As the interview went on, he recanted that claim and began answering to his own name. Laughing and smiling, Upton said, quote, "It was awesome when he was driving that fast." He described his, quote, racing tactics, weaving in and out of cars. As he approached Skinner, Upton says Jesus Christ told him to, quote, take out the trooper, so he aimed his car at him. Later in that same interview, Upton would say the devil told him to kill Trooper Skinner and that he knew it was wrong. Upton said he was happy about what he did, but minutes later he would break down and cry.
Cody Lott tells police that Friday's deadly shooting was not senseless because he planned and thought it out after talking to the devil.
Moving on to other top stories, sheriff's investigators say it was no accident, a crash that caused major damage to a Northeast Bexar County home. They say it appears that the driver intentionally rammed a pickup truck into the driveway, sending it into a house in the 7900 block of Horse Hollow. Katrina Weber reports the driver also had a child in the car with him.
A garage made for two cars couldn't take the weight of a pair of them barreling into it just before 4 this morning. Sheriff's investigators believe a driver purposely slammed into a pickup parked outside a home in the 7900 block of Horse Hollow. The truck then hit the house, waking up the family inside.
We came out and looked, and there was a car and a man and a young little boy with him, and the little boy was screaming and yelling.
Fernando Charles says the man and his 12-year-old son suffered injuries. While waiting for help, he says things got even crazier.
He grabbed me, like this, and he was telling me that he was Jesus Christ, and he was going to die, and I was going to die.
Deputies at the scene told us the driver seemed to be suffering from delusions. The crash, though, created a disturbing reality. Charles says his truck was damaged beyond repair, but he hopes that the damage to his home can be fixed and that there's not more here than meets the eye.
Child thrown into a pool, his head forced underwater, deputies say, by the man who was supposed to be taking care of him for the day.
Deputies say the guy used a neighbor's backyard pool to, quote, baptize the kid. This is on Outrigger Drive.
Police say Henry Love woke up an 11-year-old boy right here at his home, took him over to his neighbor's house where he dropped him in that pool and dunked him over and over.
I don't know why he would have done that. Baptism is in the church. It's not in your pool. I don't have an answer for him to do that.
Patty Totoni says she's been living next to Love for 6 years now and says he's a quiet, decent man.
Anytime I see him, he's always waving hello. Very conservative neighbor. I wouldn't mind having him. I love him as my neighbor, to be honest with you.
This police report says Love told authorities he was awoken from his sleep by God, and that God told him to baptize the boy, tossing him into the next door neighbor's pool in what the child says was nasty and green water with bugs in it.
Oh, I would have never thought anything that he could do anything wrong, especially to his his niece or nephew.
Is stabbed to death after allegedly breaking into a neighbor's house.
And he claimed he had been sent there by God. Fox 2's Paul Shane.
I don't know. He kept saying like demons was attacking him. I didn't believe the crap. I don't believe it like that.
Was he taking medication?
He was, but he stopped. He stopped taking the medication, and he started doing better. And it just went bad after that. It just went bad.
Police say the suspect, Adam Willoughby, stopped by the home on Manette earlier Sunday evening.
I knocked on the door and told the homeowner that he was God and he was there for him. He was barefoot, and it's simply when he made that comment, he just turned around and left.
But he came back. This time, police say smashing a front window.
A Lubbock man remains behind bars tonight in connection with the shooting earlier this week. 26-year-old Jerry Lee Garza is held on a $500,000 bond, charged with a parole violation and 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. It happened around 1:30 Tuesday morning in the 4800 block of Canton Avenue. According to the police report, Kimbra Andrade and Jory Smith were both found shot on the bedroom floor. The report states that Smith was shot in the back while Andrade was shot in the hand. Authorities say the 2 victims identified Garza as the shooter. The report goes on to say that Andrade told police she had known Garza for years and that he mentioned, quote, seeing demons before the shooting.
The end of the world is upon us tonight. An 18-year-old man is in big trouble after a bizarre rant at the Plymouth grocery store.
Officers now believe drugs gave the man almost superhuman strength.
Officers arrived quickly. From police dash cam video, you can see the 18-year-old man is now on the ground, while customers are standing near him.
By the time we got there, he was in the parking lot. He was laying down with a couple of the customers holding him.
But he soon bizarrely jumps up and his wild behavior continues as he starts flailing his arms.
He had extremely, almost superhuman strength. It took 5 officers basically to hold this young man down.
What we refer to as superhuman strength, and they don't feel any pain, so it's hard for the officers to control the individuals.
Police say Monday night just before 10, the teen showed up at the busy grocery store on Ann Arbor Road yelling that the world was ending.
He was running up and down the aisles screaming. Out in the parking lot, he was jumping up and down on cars.
Not only that, the man seen pushing over a grocery cart, then punching an elderly woman standing in line to check out.
says his truck was damaged beyond repair, but he hopes that the damage to his home can be fixed and that there's not more here than meets the eye.